Welcome to Lovely Anderson. This is a channel where we talk about finance, we talk about economics, and we talk about business in simple terms. Let me take a moment to explain to you what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be comparing an initial coin offering to a direct listing or a DPO or direct public offerings, the DPO side of it. Let's talk one moment about the ICO. The history of the first coin that was ever sold was Mastercoin, and that was in 2013. In 2014, Ethereum was sold. One coin went for 3,700 BTC, or about $2.3 million. Neo, a company in China which builds their own blockchain, is a competitor in the ICO market. There's also the IOTA in the ICO market, which makes products that work on the Internet of Things. OneCoin was one of the first coins that was ICO'd, and it was a total Ponzi scheme, and a lot of people lost a lot of money. A couple of other companies that raised money through ICOs is Luminar. They have basically a way that you can drive autonomous vehicles using radar using light instead of radar. And there's also a company called Dpo'S, which I followed for a while, but their webpage is gone. But still, Ethereum and Bitcoin, Ethereum particularly was raised through an ICO. So how it works? Okay, an ICO works that you develop a concept. When you come with a concept, you develop a white paper. Now, a white paper is basically an analysis with financial information on what you're looking to promote. It could be a nonprofit, it could be cryptocurrency based on blockchain. It may not be at all based on blockchain. You need to have a mission statement. You need to have the benefits. It's almost like a paper that you would write, like a business plan, pretty much so. Tokens and warrants are issued. You have to develop a roadmap, barriers to entry, and the technology that you intend to use. They're usually ICOs or initial coin offerings are usually offered through crowdfunding and events that they have in order to get people interested in ICOs. Now, the advantages of ICOs, you get them in a ground floor opportunity, but that may not necessarily be that good because the risk of ICO failure is pretty high. There's a high default ratio. There is very little due diligence on that white paper. Security laws are not that really clear on whether on how the SEC treats it as opposed to the IRS treats it as opposed to how each country treats it. The advantages is that if you do find a good ICO, you can make yourselves a lot of money. Now, let's talk about direct listings. Direct listings or DPOs, the first one that I'm aware of was Ben & Jerry's. That was in 1984, where they raised $750,000 through direct listings. The general feeling about direct listings is that the investment banks feel that they provide a service through book building, and book building is going out getting a sense from their clients on what the product or what the stock could sell for, how many shares they would get, promoting the stock, worldwide connections, access to pensions funds. There's a lot of assets that an investment bank brings to bear that you have to provide if you are doing a direct listing. A company like Spotify, because of the name recognition, might be able to get away with a direct listing. The thing about it is you gotta remember, you then have to manage the stocks, your stocks on the first day of the opening on the floor. You have to still engage a broker, commission broker, to sell your shares. But the key reason why people use direct listings is they want to reduce their costs, and they're becoming pretty big now. One couple of things about direct listing is that there initially is and should be no liquidation, because the shares that are owned by the people prior to direct listings are the same shares that are issued, so there's no dilution like what happens during an IPO. There is dilution. Okay, so I think that's about